What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's Spot Show live stream. Hopefully, everybody had a great Thanksgiving weekend. Unfortunately for me, I had to work a little bit this weekend, but it's all good. Some people had to do it. Hey, I wasn't the only one. A lot of service people probably. Your waitresses and store clerks and some grocery stores were closed on Thanksgiving, so good on them for that. So yeah, welcome to Spot Show live stream on this program. I've been gone for for a week really, so back at it, just getting everything kind of situated here. Of course, I never totally prepared. That would make me a professional. And everybody knows I'm not a professional. But anyway, yeah, on this one, we talk about the current stuff and professional wrestling. Got a couple of news bits here. Then we'll go into the Survivor Series recap here. Didn't watch much of it. Watched, most of the matches. And mostly clips and stuff like that. But enough to kind of garner an opinion. I watched both War Games full matches. Did watch those, but the other two matches I didn't quite watch. But yeah, I'll give my opinions on those, and I will tell you at the end of the program which cage match was my favorite so far this year. So we've had some cage matches in the past, I guess, better part of a month. So I will tell you my favorite, and my favorite cage match so far this year at coming at the end of the program. But before I get started, let's do the usual stuff here. If you dig it, click that like button. Also, hey, we are live and in living color, baby. Like that the words you say, live and in living color. But anyway, so yes, we're live. So join me in the chat. I encourage everybody, give me your opinions on anything I talk about tonight, or just give your opinions on anything. Sometimes we just go totally off script. Just call it in the ring, like they call it or way they say it in pro wrestling. Call it in the ring. Ad lib. We managed doing that. Also, if you're not watching this live, hey, and you do watch this on I call it the replay. I don't know what you want to call it, but just a video. Hey, the comment section there. Please give me your comments, or just be friendly. Say hello. That's always cool as well. And of course, last but not least, if you dig just a regular person like me, like you, I'm just like you folks at home watching this. I'm just a wrestling fan, just talking crap about it. And you enjoy and listen to it, be a champ, and click on that subscribe button. Sorry, I had a little bit of brain fart there. Like I said, as you see, I am home right now, so my brain is like totally fried. Which I'll probably get to here in just a second. I guess I can go ahead and do it right now. But yeah, be a champ, click on that subscribe button. It will be greatly appreciated. But the one thing I didn't do this evening is give a AEW Dynamite recap. And let's go ahead and do that right now. Let me do some editing here. How about that? we go. Hello, there I am. Let's see. Well, I'll be back 1 minute. Just take you behind the scenes on how I do stuff here. Yeah. We're not that impressed, asshole. There we go. See if this works. Uh-oh. Da, 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 da. Well, this worked. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Uh-oh. There I am. Hey, there I am. Holy crap. Oh, no, 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 not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. Yay. We finally figured it out. Let's see here. And we go back to over here. And we. There we go. So yes, last night was AEW Dynamite. I did watch that one. Um, just gonna be honest with you, there is this way too many. Well, let me. Whoa. Okay, this is before I click that record button and start the whole recap. There is way too many tournaments right now in pro wrestling. Okay, we're in the WWE. You're having a tournament just to face John Cena. We just had a couple tournaments to decide um, in the women's United States and a women's Intercontinental Champion. Had not really a tournament. I guess it was a little bit of a tournament to face uh, whoever got a chance to face Stephanie Vancouver for the vacant WWE Women's World Championship. And AEW is just full of freaking tournaments, constantly tournaments. So we just had a tournament for the national title, or well, actually no, we didn't have a tournament for that. I scratched that. We did have, at least I did that in a casino battle royal. But we just had the tournament. We're having a tournament for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship. Uh, Now that we're going into the what do they call it, the Continental Classic again. Like, why? Why? You already got a Continental Classic, whatever, international champion. You had those titles unified. Don't need it. But I digress. So anyway, let's hit the record button and we'll get on with AEW Dynamite recap before people come into the chat. Hopefully, let me make sure. I think I am on. I think. Let me check and make sure. Okay, let's shut that phone off. Okay. Boom. I'm just making sure I'm on before I continue. Yep, I am on. According to this, I am on. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, yeah, I am on. So let's go. Oh, okay, I am good. So we did got one person in chat, but what's up, Joe King? You ready for some Southern Fried this weekend? I'm taking Joe with me to Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. Well, what up? What up? What up? Anyway, let's press the record button. Here we go. All right, we're recording this AEW recap. Excuse me. Let's do that again. See, that's what I do. Okay, I mess up, which of course I mess up all the time. I stop it, then redo it again. Breaking kayfabe here. Open up the curtains to the fourth wall, fifth wall, maybe the sixth wall. So here we go again. Fourth. I thought she said 5 o'clock. Uh, we'll discuss that later. All right, folks, recording this AEW Dynamite live in a living color. This week's Dynamite took place at the Fishers Event Center in Fishers, Indiana. First thing that popped up, or first thing segment this evening was, oops, there we go. We had a little face-to-face between Samoa Joe and Eddie Kingston. This is set up to the winners coming event coming next week to College Park, Georgia. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it to that one. Going to be in Rockmart. It might be doable, but man, it's going to be it would be a stretch. So I think I'm going to have to skip this one out. Anyway, Samoa Joe just told Eddie Kingston, like all the times before, he's going to put up a good fight, but in the end will come up short. Eddie Kingston rebutted by saying, hey, Samoa Joe, you better bring that Ring of Honor Samoa Joe or he'll eat your lunch. And that's how they ended that segment right there. So, yes, for the AEW World Championship come winners in next Wednesday will be Samoa Joe against Eddie Kingston. And here we go. First match of the night is part of the Continental Classic. It is the Gold League match here. We got Pac going against Okada. Pac had the open advantage until Okada drug him outside, slammed his back against a barricade. Pac regrouped, took the pitcher-in-pitcher advantage after that. Pac got a 2 count by countering the Rainmaker, but in the end, Pac nailed the high-impact running clothesline, went for the Regan Saturn, but O'Connor rolled it into a Peterson roll for the 3 count. So the 3 points go to Okada, who's supposedly the best tournament wrestler in the world. And he picked the right place to be in AEW as far as tournaments then. All right, more Gold League action in the Continental Cup here is Kyle Fletcher versus Kevin Knight. A little filling out process to begin things with. Kyle showed that he was the strongest between the two, but Kevin showed that he can outfly Kyle Fletcher. And let's give Knight some credit. He has some spunk in this one. Kyle took over, but Knight rebounded with a major lead drop kick. Knight hit a coast to coast for a midair adjustment frog splash, but Fletcher got the knees up. Kyle finally finished off Kevin with a brainbuster. After the match, Don Callis got on the mic. I guess he had poor crowd. They had to listen to him say, "Hey, I'm going to be you people going to shut up." I guess he had to do that during the whole commercial break. But anyway, the timing of everything, they ain't production times and stuff like that. They ain't quite mastered that quite yet. Anyway, he said, he can forgive people who maybe done him wrong or maybe commit a murder, but he cannot forgive the Bucks for signing with Kenny Omega. Reminded the Young Bucks that they got his money. Young Bucks came out. Numbers came to then Jurassic Park came in and tried to help, but they got beat up by the family. Finally, Kenny Omega came in, became the big hero, and took out everybody. Speaking of tournament matches, here we go. We got a semifinal match for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship. And this is like a holiday hardcore death match. What do they call it? Yeah, holiday or hardcore holiday death match. That's what we need this week. Megan Bain and Marina Shafir went up against Toni Storm and Mina Saragawa. So this, like I said, this was supposed to be a hardcore death match here, and also the semifinal match. The Thomas Love Bombs had the opening advantage. Tony Storm hits Marina over the head with a wine bottle, lacerates Marina. Mega and Marina regroup, take over. Luther comes out wearing a Santa suit and a present, which was his middle finger for Marina. Tony Storm hit Marina with a shoe. Storm Zero pile driver. Timeless Love Bombs are going to the finals. They will be facing Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron in the finals of that one. Trios action followed that. It was the Dark Order facing the Ops. Of course, my Samoa Joe. Insert Hook. Hook is back with the Ops, obviously. Uh, I guess if you don't watch Ring of Honor, you didn't know Dark Order was even still around, because I guess they're officially just Ring of Honor people. The Ops attacked them right off the back, dominated the whole match. Evil Uno makes a comeback, but Powerhouse Ops and Zat pins him after a spine buster. Anna Page came in and attacked the Ops until security broke everything up. Then security got beat up by the Rhinestone Cowboy, Adam Page. And in the main event match, we had Jon Moxley versus Claudio Castagnoli, Death Rider versus Death Rider. They started out doing technical wrestling, but Moxley went to the brawling. Somehow Moxley got busted open. Claudio took back over. In the end, it was Claudio getting a uppercut on Jon Moxley for the win, getting the 3 points and the Blue League section of the Continental Classic tournament. Pretty good match here. Not sure why the whole bleeding thing, but they got Moxley on quite a losing streak. Kind of makes me wonder if I guess they're going to switch. Maybe or push Moxley out, have Claudio be the new leader of the Death Riders. I guess we'll see later on that one. But anyway, like I said, pretty decent show. Again, there's just some things you can do to build. TV is to build up your pay-per-views, so why give everything away on the pay? Anyway, we've always been through that. But that concludes this week's AEW recap, or AEW Dynamite recap. So anyway, now we got that out of the way. How's everybody doing? Let me get back over here. See, I didn't think I was going to be home this week, so that's the reason I'm kind of wishy-washy. So yeah, let's get into the show this week. But yeah, AEW, they do pretty good, but it's like I said, they need to. Hello, Brenda Watson. They need to learn how to manage time better. I think that's, with the exception of the blood. Like I said, it's like, okay, it's cool and all, but you're giving that away free on, well, not free, but you're not getting the extra $50 per person watching it. But yeah, I kind of looked at the numbers on the blood and guts thing. That, I'll probably bring that up later on. But last year's blood and guts, I think, drew 768,000 people, viewers watching it. This year, only 600,000. That's over 100,000 viewers they lost, and that's not good. But anyway, let's get into some news for this week. TNA making some news this week. TNA appears to be closing in on a major broadcasting move, which strongly indicates that the promotion could call AMC Network its new television home. Speculation intensified on Monday night after AMC released a teaser video across social media featuring a live crowd and the date January 15th, 2026. Date falls on a Thursday, same night. TNA typically airs Impact on Access TV. Soon after the teaser drop, John Alba of Sports Illustrated reported that the expectation within the company is that TNA programming is indeed going to AMC. So I guess AMC is through with the zombie shows. No more Walking Dead. I'm pretty sure they got plenty of Walking Dead spin-offs and everything. Uh, Further details from Fightful noted that an official announcement could come as early as Tuesday, which it did. TNA talent is also scheduled to be part in a call the same day to discuss the situation. The move would follow months of negotiation. Back in October, TNA President Carlos Silva confirmed the company was actively working towards securing a new television deal. Throughout the year, various reports pointing to the CW as a possible destination. Of course, I think the CW is where NXT has their show on. But by November, Aldo revealed that AMC had emerged as the front runner. He also stated that the new deal was anticipated before the end of the year, citing high-ranking industry sources. Now it's finalized. The shift to AMC would put TNA program in front of approximately 60 million homes. AMC is widely known for major hit series as Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead series, while its sister networks include BBC America, Sundance TV, WeTV, and IFC. So AMC is to blame to why IFC sucks now. I don't know if y'all remember a few. Sorry, I don't mean to go off subject. I used to love the IFC channel. It turned me on to like movies like Dogs, the Kevin Smith movies. First time I seen Mallrats, I think it was on Stars. But I didn't see Clerks until I seen it on IFC, and that's why I, of course, seen Reservoir Dogs and a few other good. And that's where I kind of start falling in love with like independent movies during the course of some years. It's hard right now trying to find uh, good independent films because it's like the rest of Hollywood now. They tend to kind of like go one way or another, and it's kind of it don't. Sorry, I just can't. I can't relate to some New York writer, television writer, having writer's block. I can't relate to that. So, or some book writer getting writer's block, or anything like that. I just can't relate. Sorry. um, but I digress on that one. But yeah, so yeah, this will be a major move. I mean, getting one of the top networks. I mean, like they said, Breaking Bad, great show. The Walking Dead and its expanded universe. I think there's who was it? God dang it, I can't even remember the character's name now. But anyway, they got their own the guy and the girl. They got their own show now and all that. But it's I think there is another thing. Isn't like a Deacon or whatever his name was. He's got his own show with some group of them, and anyway, it's confusing. I haven't paid attention. I think when he debuted with the barbed wire baseball bat, the episode after that, I kind of just I couldn't quit watching after that. So um, couldn't tell you how it ended or anything. But anyway, good move for them for moving to AMC. Negan. Why did I say Deacon for? Negan. See, it's been so long since I watched it. I can't remember half their names. But yeah, the guy who was on Boondock Saints and the other one, I want to say her character name was Carla or something like that. See, like I said, I forgot everybody's name. That's how long it's been since I watched it. Except for, I mean, well, I guess he was kind of one of the main characters. But yeah, when Negan appeared, the episode after that, I watched that full episode, and that hour just seemed to drag, or that whole episode just seemed to just drag, and it's like, oh my god, that was only one episode. I don't think I'd sit there and watch another episode. So I haven't watched an episode since. Carol, not Carla. Hey, I'm in the ballpark. But anyway, but since Glenn died, I want to say that was the reason. The reason I just quit watching the second episode after that. Like I said, it just seemed to drag. It was only the second episode in that season, and just seemed to drag. And I was like, okay, I'm good. It's not that I just. I think it was just supposed to be that day, actually, that I was like, okay, I'm done with it. Well, not done with the whole series. I'm like done with watching any more episodes that day. Of course, that day turned into how many years now? How many seasons now? And it shows over, except for like I said, Carol and the guy from Boondock Saints. And yes, that is a good movie. Boondock Saints 1 and 2. Go check it out. I think it's on Amazon Prime now. I think that's what it's on, or was on there. I actually listened to an interview with the director of that movie, the writer and director, or the writer of that movie anyway. They seemed pretty cool. Apparently, there's a documentary made sort of about him that kind of put him in a bad light. Yeah, if you ain't watched it yet, watch it. Highly recommend that one. All right, move along here. So it appears that Lacey Lane, aka Kaden Carter, she is officially elite. She is officially with AEW. Lacey Lane has officially landed in AEW, marking a new chapter in her career after years of trying to break through elsewhere. Her arrival has already sparked real interest behind the scenes, with those in the company reportedly impressed by both her attitude and impact she made when she stepped in the ring. According to reports, Lane secured her AEW deal immediately after her recent TBS Championship match against Mercedes Moné, or Money, as Justin Roberts would call her. While she did not walk away with the title, the performance was strong enough to convince officials that she belonged in the expanding women's division. Her signing was quickly confirmed, solidifying her place among a roster that continues to grow in depth and visibility. She has wasted no time becoming active across multiple platforms, Lane, previously known as Kaden Carter in the WWE. Oops, come on. Who is partners with Katana Chance. They were NXT Tag Team Champions and WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Was a fan of the tag team. If you go back and watch when they debuted, I was impressed. The crowd just couldn't get behind them. I don't know what it was. But anyway, previous known as Kaden Carter during her WWE run has already worked Ring of Honor tapings, including a title match for the interim Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship against Mina Shirakawa. She also remains active across independent circuit, adding valuable momentum at a crucial time in her career. Lane has been open about the emotional struggles from her WWE tenure, revealing how challenging it became to constantly pitch ideas without seeing progress. Speaking with Denise Sakato, she explained that how much she and her partner Katana Chance pushed to evolve. We gave paragraphs and weeks of ideas. We tried to change ourselves. We tried to change our moves. We tried to do anything possible to give ourselves a better opportunity. Despite the support from fellow performers, she admitted they simply never felt like they were the ones the company wanted to elevate. Everyone in the back was supportive. It was crazy, but if you're just not the pick people, that's just how it is. Um, like I said, I like the tag team. It was just when they came out, you can almost hear a pin drop. Um, they didn't even bother sometimes, trying to pipe in noise for 'em or anything. But they just crowd wasn't digging it. So, and they gave them the tag team belts, and I mean they had some decent matches. Some of the people they just were not used to them yet, or people they hadn't worked against yet. So it did have a little, some the matches they had were kind of bumpy, but like I said, if the crowd doesn't respond to you, it's kind of hard to get your ideas heard. That could be any job really, or some. But yeah, I mean, and plus, I mean, she is right. If you're not one of the people they pick, that's just how it is. But now she's in AEW now, I guess doing the Independence too and Ring of Honor. Hopefully they use her well. Uh, give her a chance. As just having that one match with Monet, and they gotta understand they gotta have they gotta start building some people. Not just put them in matches with the champions and have them lose and oh surprising they won the next championship up. But yeah, that's another thing AEW needs to they need to work on, improve on. And even in death, Hulk Hogan has made the news again. Thanks to Ric Flair, of course. Uh, let's see. So Ric Flair, last few days, made headlines claim that street drugs were the one that played a role in Hogan's death. The article reads like this: Hulk Hogan's widow, Sky Daly, is pushing back hard on Ric Flair's headline-making claim that street drugs played a role in Hulk Hogan's death, calling the story both wrong and misleading. TMZ Sports reported that Hogan's widow flatly denied Flair's version of events, making it clear that nothing resembling what Flair described ever happened. When asked about his allegations that Hogan turned to street drugs after doctors stopped prescribing him pain medication, Sky responded simply, "That did not happen at all." Flair has since tried to soften his earlier remarks, saying he was only repeating what he believed to be true from family conversations. He stated, "There seems to be some controversy over my remarks that street drugs killed Hulk Hogan. I only repeating what I know to be fact through family members." According to Sky, along with two additional family sources, Flair's claims were completely inaccurate. They also refuted his suggestion that he spoke with Hogan the day before his passing. Sky explained that Hogan was being monitored constantly by Morton Plant Hospital in Florida, especially after recent neck surgery, with his medication controlled closely by medical staff. Scott also denied Flair spoke to Hogan the day before his death, saying the icon was under constant care and Morton Plant Hospital in Florida, so Nate had been either misinformed or misunderstood. Family insiders told TMZ that while they hold no ill will towards Flair and acknowledge he is one of Hogan's closest friends, they felt fans deserved the truth. This clarification arrives additional stories circulated about Hogan's final months, including a detailed account of Bubby the Love Sponge about Hogan's pain struggles and limits to modern opioid rules. Sky's statement, however, offers a very different picture, one of consistent hospital care and not unsupervised self-medication. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't. Trying to. I mean, I don't know what Flair was trying to accomplish by saying that Hogan died from quote unquote street drugs, but if he was a close friend of Hulk Hogan, I mean, that's something you would just want to kind of keep to yourself. I mean, I think if I had a friend who had died from street drugs or whatever, I'm just gonna kind of keep that to myself. I definitely not gonna put it out in the street, as the kids would say. So that's, I guess he's trying to get some attention. I guess he ain't had no attention in a while. After a divorce and fussing at people in restaurants and bartenders and stuff like that. I guess he got tired of doing that and trying to get his attention somewhere else. But not saying that I'm pretty sure as much. Like I said, I don't know the details of it of Hogan's passing off the top of my head, but I think if he did any kind of street drugs, so probably way before this, I'm pretty sure he's yeah Joe King or Joe King 9819. I can't believe I can read that far. They are slowly trying to kill my memories of the favorite time in wrestling. Yeah, somebody like Flair. I understand he's kind of an attention hound. Hogan was too. I mean, let's face it. You know, now that I kind of think about it, there's part of the reason he came out with these outlandish, lies like Metallica was asking him to play bass for Metallica. He probably say that just to get some attention. He knew it's bullshit, and he just want to get people talking about him. And maybe this is one of those still saying with Ric Flair, and even before Hogan's death, this is kind of a question I asked. It's like, when's the last time? I'm pretty sure Hulk Hogan, before his death, and this is what I stated way before his death was, I'm pretty sure a lot of people talk to Hulk Hogan on a daily basis, but when's the last time anybody had a conversation with Terry Bollea? Same with Ric Flair. I'm pretty sure lots of people have many conversations with Nature Boy Ric Flair, but when's the last time anybody's ever had a conversation with Richard Fleer? And I'm pretty sure it's a someone way smarter than me, who's probably got a psychology degree. Uh, this would be kind of a thing to kind of look at because I mean, I'm pretty sure actors and actresses go through the same thing, but I mean, even some of the actors and actresses use a gimmick name and not the real name, and then they go on to play different roles, playing different people. I mean, sometimes you get kind of pigeonholed into one role or one type of role. Um, and yeah, what Joe King just said exactly, and Bret Hart wanted to put everyone down. It's like is I guess this wasn't one of the subjects I was going to talk about, but Bret Hart said the same thing before, I think, in a shoot interview, or I think in the Wrestling with Shadows, I think he might have sort of mentioned the same thing. I do remember the Road Warrior shoot interview with RF Video, or it was Hawk who kind of um, made some accusations. I can't do it quote for quote. I was actually going to watch that before I'd say anything about it, uh, but Hawk was pretty much maybe there was some sexual favors because I heard this about both of them, but I'm not sure that's a quote for quote. But yeah, uh, I think it's more Hawk than Animal saying made some accusations about Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon, uh, but but again, I mean, we're talking about something that happened. Let's see, yeah, 28 years ago. Uh, and some, I mean, before this, Bret Hart would say something, and it'd be kind of funny. It's like, oh, that's Bret Hart just being grumpy. I think Bret Hart kind of does this every year or so. I guess somebody talks to him, so he's going to sit there and you know talk about how much he hates Bill Goldberg, which I guess is I kind of see Bret Hart's point. He kicked him in the head and wound up giving him a concussion. Um, I don't know if he said Warrior and Vince, but but I see if there's stuff like that that did happen, kind of know why Warrior went crazy. I mean, just like Hollywood, unfortunately, you got these producers and directors and all that will take advantage of not only young women, but they do take advantage of young, sometimes child age, boys and girls. I mean, let's look at Corey Haim. I mean, he turned a drug. I mean, Corey Feldman too. Uh, I think when Corey Feldman claimed Charlie Sheen, that kind of I don't know why he said that. It may be true, maybe not, but even Corey Feldman's mom said Charlie Sheen didn't do that to them. Oh, even said Warrior and Vince. I mean, like I said, Sean kind of went crazy with the drugs and alcohol. Warrior just went nuts about his name. But I mean, just people going nuts is not, doesn't mean always that means that. But now there's always been rumors about Pat Patterson either doing or trying to. Now, again, this is just rumors. I don't know. I could be wrong. If I am, chat, comments, anybody correct me. But supposedly there was rumors about Pat Patterson and Steve Lombardi. I mean, Steve Lombardi never did get a big push. I think he got like a 1 month push, I guess, when he returned to the Brooklyn Brawler, the feud with the Red Rooster Terry Taylor. So Brett, how did you get that push back in the day? I mean, hmm. No, we're not doing the accusation thing. But I think Vince wanted Lex Luger to be the next champion, the next face of the company, but they went with Bret Hart. But of course, I mean, let's face it. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's just some things, I guess. I mean, I've never heard anything about Vince and the Warrior, but Vince and Sean, I think I've heard in shooting interviews before. So, hey, there was no charges filed or anything like that. I mean, again, there's been rumors about Pat Patterson with other people. Hell, let's go back to not even the WWE. Um, oh, what's his name? My boy. Oh gosh, I don't have to look it up. Da. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it now. My boy, Jim Barnett. There we go. Yeah. Apparently, I mean, there was rumors about. Like I said, let's go even for WWE. Let's go all the way back to Georgia Championship Wrestling (WTBS). There was rumors about Tommy Rich and Jim Barnett, and Jim Barnett was out of the closet with everybody. Like I remember Bill Watts' shooting review. It talked about Jim Barnett and said the reason that Jim Barnett, I guess, went from Kentucky to Australia was to follow up Rock Hudson around. And his line was, "Hey, everybody talks about Rock Hudson. Hell, we knew he was gay. I'll say gay. Uh, or his actual line was, everybody talks about Rock Hudson being homosexual. Heck, we know he was an English cigarette a long time ago. Go look at what the term for English cigarette, and that's a term Bill Watts used about Rock Hudson. So yeah, wrestle promoters back then knew about Rock Hudson because they knew about Jim Barnett, and I think the wrestlers knew about Pat Patterson. Now, I'll, now again, I can't really remember a whole lot. The very because I was like 4 or 5 when I watched Georgia Championship Wrestling, so memories are very. So if anybody watched Georgia Championship Wrestling back in those days, did they even know there was a Jim Barnett even involved in it? You didn't care who was the owner or the promoter or now they would name promoters sometimes like yeah we're going down to Columbus and um gosh I forgot Fred Ward has got a card set up for us and stuff like that and Paul Jones, not the wrestler Paul Jones, it was a promoter named Paul Jones. But but yeah, I guess it's that time of year where Bret Hart kind of just all right, everybody wants attention. I'll give myself attention. I want to air out some dirty laundry about Vince and possibly Shawn Michaels. But yeah, that's why if somebody would like want to, it would take somebody way smarter than me and got the pieces of paper to prove they got, they read a lot of psychology books. But this would be an interesting book or series of books or something like that to talk about the uh, people who are in their entertainment business, like pro wrestlers, like Hollywood entertainers. I mean, especially pro wrestlers, because once Richard Flair turned to Ric Flair, he had. I mean, especially back in those days, they had to live that persona 24/7. I mean, I guess he didn't have to, but if he was out in public, he had to be Ric Flair. So he'd go to the bar, kamikazes for the house, brother. Woo! And of course, Hulk Hogan, same way. People see him in a gym banging and clanging on the weights. Um, so he's going to sit there and give you the Hulk Hogan, you know, how you doing, brother? So there could be a great, great subject for a psychology book. Just kind of a analyzing the psyche of professional wrestlers. Because, like I said, back in those days, they had to kind of, a little, different now. Everybody, first everybody knows it's a work and whatnot. But I wonder if there's still someone like, hey, um, gosh, I can't think of anybody's real name right now. But take a Hulk Hogan or a Ric Flair. It's like, okay, uh, I'm Ric Flair. I'm Ric Flair 24/7. I mean, especially now, like Ric Flair, he's pushing 80, I think, and I would almost lost Ric Flair once. I'm pretty sure next time it's gonna be even worse. But yeah, like I said, great subject for some psychologists to talk about one day. All right, let's get into some Survivor Series results here. Of course, Survivor Series was in San Diego. I forgot what they call the ball field there. It's where the Padres play, I do believe. And the first match of the night was the women's. Oops, come on. Was the women's War Games match. It was Team Rhea, AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Scott, and Rhea Ripley. And they defeated Team Asuka, Becky Lynch, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. By submission, it was AJ Lee getting Becky Lynch to tap out to the Black Widow. This was okay. This is a fun match. It's kind of like it's what WWE does. We got to see little Io put herself in a trash can and do a flip off the top of the cage. That was cool. You know, everybody got their little spots in, and everybody did the Io Sky thing after she jumped off the cage. Um, but AJ Lee was able to get Becky Lynch to tap out to the Black Widow, win it for her team. Like I said, it was okay. Fun to watch. Next up, we had the Intercontinental Championship match. John Cena defending against Dominic Mysterio with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. That match is okay, typical John Cena stuff. Dominic made it pretty interesting, pretty fun. John Cena proved he's still pretty freaking strong. We gave it AA to both Finn Balor and JD McDonough, but uh, it was the return of Liv Morgan who paid the difference to it. She came in, smacked Dominic Mysterio, jumped on John Cena, and I guess we thought Liv Morgan was going to turn, but nah, she kicked him in the webos. 619 Frog Splash 1 2 3. Dominant Mysterio regains the Intercontinental Championship. And what this is the one thing is fun about Dominant Mysterio's character now. Like I said on the Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, a lot of the Eric lie, cheat, and steal gimmick that Eddie Guerrero was doing for the time in WWE. So what makes this stuff interesting now is how he cheats and gets by with barely holding on to the Intercontinental Championship. And now it can kind of continue. I guess they would kind of just want to say, okay, not only you can't really call you the greatest of all time if you was never a Grand Slam champion, so we'll give you about a few week reign as the Intercontinental Champion. Now he's waiting for, I think it was the December 13th, Saturday night's main event. He'll either place Gunther or LA Knight in his last match until of course he has to somebody say, hey, here's your check with a digit and a bunch of zeros. You want to come back for another match? Sure. And he does that. All right, next up we had Stephanie Vancouver defending the WWE Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella. Um, let's face it, Nikki Bella was never going to give you a 5-star match, but Stephanie did her best to uh, make a match out of it. They went 12 minutes 20 seconds, uh, long enough. Stephanie Vancouver hit the spinal tap or the twisting moonsault, whatever they want to call it, on Nikki Bella for the win. Keeps the WWE World's Women's Championship. And it looks like since Liv Morgan's back, that could be Stephanie Vancouver's next opponent. Maybe, maybe that's she'll drop it back, or that I guess wouldn't be surprised if they give Stephanie, or not Stephanie, but Liv Morgan, the WWE Women's Championship back. And in the main event, it was the men's Survivor Series. The Vision, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed teaming with Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Went up against CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, the Usos, Jay and Jimmy, and Roman Reigns. And this is the thing I hate about their war games is either pinfalls or submissions. So basically, another wrestler dressed in a hoodie and had a black mask on and all that, jumped a cage, gave CM Punk a low super kick, then the curb stomp, then freaking scaled the cage right on out. So yeah, it wasn't Seth Rollins. I don't see Seth Rollins doing that with one bad arm. I could see Austin Theory being able to do that. I can also see Trick Williams able to do that. Yeah, I think it's got to be one of the two, Trick Williams or my prediction is it's either Trick Williams or Austin Theory. But this not as fun. They trying to make it fun. Jey Uso trying to make it fun, but I think they're about to turn him heel, as kind of been seen in the weeks leading to this. And on Monday we see him kind of get upset by losing. So I don't know if they're trying to do the sore loser Jey Uso gimmick to turn the fans against him. Who knows? But um, but like I said, it was okay, not great. And but I mean, because it lasted 40 minutes, but you got the 2-on-2, then 2-on-1, or you had the 1-on-1 and 2-on-1 and 2-2 and 3-1-2 and 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, and 5-5. Uh, but I kind of do wish they would at least put in a couple of Survivor Series, old Survivor Series matches. Teams of five strive to survive. Uh, that would be kind of cool because I did a recap or classic wrestling reminiscing Survivor Series 90, I believe it was. But yeah, check that out after this live stream, of course. But um, now we'll say, I mean, I did like. Okay, let's kind of. Okay, if I'm going to rank it, okay, put all the cage matches that's happened the past, guess 3 weeks now. So you got the women's blood and guts. I'll put that last. The one above that one, I will put this one. Following that one will be the women's, because the women's one was just kind of fun to watch. That's it. It was entertaining. It was fun to watch, and to me, just watching women, just carve themselves up, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, especially if it's a boxing match, hey, it's a boxing match. It's going to happen. But yeah, and like I said, this last night on Dynamite, they had a hardcore brawl, whatever, and Maria Shavir wound up uh, doing color, but yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. To me, it was just kind of a mess. The men's was kind of it was a mess too, but kinda, I won't say a fun watch, but interesting watch. So I would rank the men's blood and guts match over the men's war games, but I would rank the women's war games higher than the women's blood and guts. But notice I did not say my favorite war game / blood and guts match. I said my favorite cage match, and this is by far. I would say this is the best cage match all year, and it's this one right here. I know it might shock some people, but this is what this the Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe full gear cage match, by far to me, in my opinion, best cage match all year. I mean, I might have to. I'm saying it right now. I might have to. Let me kind of go back a little bit. Right now, this is the one it stands out the most to me because this was what a cage match is supposed to be theoretically. Um, Two guys wrestling in a cage. The only weapon they had, the only thing that made them bleed in the match was them using the cage. That's supposed to be the weapon. No bed of nails, no thumbtacks, no uh, blocks, no syringes, not even a chair. Just two guys fighting it out in the cage. And now, yes, in the end, we got the ref bump, and yes, that's key too. We got a ref bump, so the ref didn't see anything going on. But um, you had what's his name? You had Shibata, I think, was trying to interfere. Then Eddie Kingston ran him off. Big powerhouse Hobbs comes in, and Shibata had a hard time trying to get in. He couldn't get in. Then Eddie Kingston, you know, uh, took care of that. Now you have Powerhouse Hobbs coming in, who's a big dude, big strong dude. I guess is almost could be believable. He, you know, broke that chain. uh, Come on, we got. You know, it's pro wrestling. You gotta uh, suspend disbelief sometimes. Uh, and this is one of those fun times to do it. So that's how Powerhouse Hobbs was able to get in, but uh, Adam Page was actually halfway able to fight him off. Got the cover on Samoa Joe. Ref was still out, and you had Hook coming in, who was supposed to be a babyface, uh, trying to wake the referee up, then grab the belt, nailed Adam Page, and Samoa Joe wins. Because he's a heel, he won by cheating. When they finally got the referee up, counting a 3 count. So ref was down, didn't see none of it. It wasn't like he was distracted out of the blue somewhere. He was knocked out. So that worked out great. Everything in this match, yes. I'm not going crazy, and I'm not just going to bash AEW just to bash AEW. Like I said, this is by far the best cage match this year. It's everything a cage match should be. Did it have to be? I mean, it wasn't the typical somebody climbed over the cage or anything like that. They actually broke into it, so that was a little bit better than the usual. People kind of they're jumping in and out that way. It just was two guys fighting out in the cage. Yes, the heel got the advantage by the heel won by cheating, even in a steel cage match, because what they told it out was like, like I said, no bed of nails, no thumbtacks, no uh, firecracker boots, no um, not even a chair, no barbed wire kendo stick or anything like that. Just two guys. I'll repeat it once again. It's just two guys just fighting out in a cage. Only they both did color using the cage, so that's why so far my favorite cage match, not favorite match totally of the year, but as far as the both blood and guts, both war games, this cage match was it. This was the best cage match, and I will say probably the best cage match all year. I mean, no toolboxes either. No, I mean, none of that. I mean, the only other weapon that was used beside the cage was the championship belt. But what say you folks? Am I wrong? Am I bad on my critique of my like I said that so I want yes I did get myself a way out of it because I don't know this war games is war games to me. I mean and that's the only thing other thing I didn't like about the men's war games. I never I never I know it's kind of it's supposed to be basically two guy or one on one, bayface heel. Then the bayface got to face two heels. I don't know, that was told story. Oh yeah, I mean that match was bloody as hell. I mean, gosh, uh, that's it was bloody as hell, but it was a bloody. It was because of the cage, it wasn't because, like I said, syringes, uh, kitchen sink wrapped in barbed wire. See, there you go. Next time there's going to be a big gimmick match type street fight brawl death match type thing. There you go. I gave somebody the idea. It's probably been done before. A kitchen sink wrapped in barbed wire with a thumbtack right on the spigot. So they rip the spigot off and hammer someone with it. But yeah, like I said, yeah, I mean, a lot of them. I mean, any one of the past ones does because I mean, it's. I mean, look at okay. I tell you one that really does put all of them to shame is. I mean, this is one. Starcade '86. I just rewatched that whole match when I did the classic wrestling reminiscing. Starcade '86. Uh, Rock and Roll Express versus Arn and Ole Anderson. That was a hell of a cage match. And okay, it was a tag team match, and they did the basically like I described in the video. It was a wrestling match, a tag team wrestling match in the cage. I mean, she still had to tag your partner in and all that good shit. They worked on Robert. They made Ricky bleed. Go back, yeah, go back and watch that Starcade '86, man. I think you hear the girls crying. The little girls, they love Ricky Morton. He probably did say, "Help me." Yeah, see, and that's where if I'm not mistaken, that's where a lot of this dumb gimmick shit, throwing shit into the cage, chairs, barbed wire, kitchen sink wrapped in razor wire, light tubes, exploding light tubes, firecracker Jordans. Where the fuck? I don't know. I wasn't big. I honestly wasn't that big on CZW. That some good talent came out of CZW. I just wasn't a huge fan. I mean, I understand what they was trying to do. ECW was gone, and CZW is trying to take it up a notch and fill that void that ECW um, left. But then Ring of Honor came out, got discovered, and I still say I think ECW is going to keep with their forte. Some of the wrestlers using the tables and the stuff like that, but kind of separate. Not every wrestler doing that. I think they were going to uh, have the people like CM Punk, probably like Christopher Daniels and all those technical style wrestlers. I mean, because they were already starting doing that, but now they was going to go, okay, we're just going to have these guys do the technical matches, um, and not really put the quote unquote EC the stream style on the back burner, but we're just going to, you know, we're not going to have everyone doing that. Who did you see at the end of one of the matches, Joe? Who? 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 Who, I say? Oh, yeah, see, they had some talent come out there. I mean, I dig John Moxley, of course. But yeah, I dig John Moxley. I get it. That's his deal. Now I'm not sure why he has to bleed in this regular match on Dynamite. Oh, God, what's his name? Sammy Callahan. Is Sammy Callahan retired now? Poor guy. Poor feller. Yeah, I know he was in TNA. Kind of got crazy with the ball bat against what's his face in his face. But I seen him on I think it was one of Tommy Dreamer's shows. I forgot who he wrestled, but it was a pretty good match. I think he was in a match with MVP one time. Um, I think it was against MVP or something like that, and it was actually a decent match. Sammy Callahan versus MVP. But just can I guess I know he went to NXT, got signed by the WWE, went to NXT, and I can't remember the asses for his release or it got released, but then it just didn't. Like I said, it just didn't work. Not every good piece of talent's going to make it. So he went back to the independents and pretty much stayed there, except for TNA. But I think he was yeah. He was TNA. He was the TNA champion who dropped the title to Tessa Blanchard, right? Tale of Two Wolves. Yeah, there's a couple of wrestlers books I got on my wish list. One's the Assassins, and I think I got quite a few. But two off the top of my head is one with the Assassin and one uh the Grappler Lynn Denton. I think his book will be interesting. But I need to see if they got like the audio version. Because if you folks can't tell, sometimes I gotta really look in. I mean, if I can show you the font that's on this, or how big I got the print on this other screen here, so I can read it. Um, I need to get my eyes checked. And yes, I probably need to go. I do need to come possibly next year. Actually, go to the doctor, go get a checkup, and all that good And plus, the I kind of dig just like on like podcasts and sometimes YouTube channel like the YouTube channels I watch, but I more listen to because they do more talking than anything else really. Kind of like this right here. Um, I usually just cut it on or a podcast on or something like that while I'm driving. I don't know, something about somebody talking doesn't put me asleep while I'm driving. If I have like no noise, and it depends on where I'm going to and how late I get up. And let's face it, folks, I'm getting older. Speaking of which, I need to. Da, 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 da. Aha. Anyway, so okay, never mind. I'm not going to the doctor then. I'm fine. Dude, I cannot see how people can do that. I mean, the last time I got a checkup, because I was there with like a sinus infection or something anyway. So, and this is before COVID, so it's probably been, let's see, COVID's 2020. And so, yeah, it's been almost 10 years, really, since I actually, except for when I got the boil on my leg, but I didn't get a checkup after that. She just, they didn't, you know, I said this before. She basically just called me a fucking fat ass. Not that way, but in a doctor's way. You need to lose some weight. Come on, I'm like 30 pounds, almost 70 pounds. Well, no, let's see. Yeah, almost 70 pounds lighter than I was last time y'all checked my weight. But she still want to call me a fat ass. But hey, I give her a pass because she put me at ease, saying I don't need to have surgery. But yeah, before that, I did get physical and all that. Again, I mean, I was actually, I was close to 300 pounds, if not that, at that point. I mean, I'm not Mr. Universe now as far as physiques, but I'm definitely not 300 pounds now. But, uh, but as far as like blood work and everything, all the blood work turned out fine and stuff like that. Wasn't, diabetic. I just need to lose weight. And 2 years later, I decided to do the keto diet. Then COVID happened, but I was able to kind of still maintain weight. Didn't gain all back, thank God. Started gaining. I did start gaining a little bit of it back, but then somehow I lost that. I haven't weighed myself in a while. I guess I need to weigh myself. But yeah, that'll come next year. But let's see here. Let's see. Oh no.
Wrapped it up.
There we go. Oops. Oh darn. There we go. Ah, sweet. So tomorrow night is Wrestling Gold Friday night, where we talk about the good old days of professional wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling. and wrestling was real because damn it, it is still real to us. Somebody put a comment on one of my videos saying talking about that dude who was at the Q&A and cried, said, hey, he said, damn it, it's still real to me. Went viral. Let me see if I can find it so I can include that in one of my videos or in the introduction or something like that. But anyway, tomorrow night on the history of on this day in wrestling history, a lot of Memphis stuff. So I saw that as a sign. So tomorrow night for the watch along, it will be CWA Championship Wrestling from December 4th, 1982. So be, about the same day, but it'll be on the 5th. Anyway, this does it for me this evening. Appreciate everybody who checked it out on the live here. Appreciate everybody on the chat. Hey, if you didn't watch this live, you're watching this later on. Let me know what you think on the comments. Also, drop the like and be a champ. Click on that subscribe button. Also, share with all your friends. Tell your friends about it. Tell all your friends who are wrestling fans who just want to shoot a shit about wrestling. Come on to the show and we'll all chit chat about it. Other than that, you folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show live stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a